Have you heard of the Lion Diet? It promises to transform your body in just a few days. But are you ready to know the truth? Imagine losing weight quickly, having more energy, and still feeling like you're doing the right thing for your health, all by eating only meat, salt, and water. Sounds too good to be true, right? But I'm going to tell you what the miraculous promises of this diet don't mention. What's behind this trend and the risks you face when following this radical diet. Stay until the end, because what you're about to discover might change your view on diets forever. The Lion Diet represents an extremely restrictive modality of the carnivorous dietary pattern, limiting consumption exclusively to ruminant meats, salt, and water. No vegetables, no carbohydrates, no fruits, just meat. The promise? Radical transformations. The idea is simple. Enter ketosis and force the body to burn fat as an energy source. This nutritional approach completely eliminates carbohydrates, fiber, and most essential vitamins and minerals normally obtained through plant sources. From a biochemical perspective, the diet induces a state of ketosis due to the absence of carbohydrates, forcing the organism to use fats as the primary energy source. Recent studies demonstrate that this dietary modality presents significant deficiencies in thiamine, magnesium, calcium, and vitamin C, as well as iron, folate, iodine, and potassium in certain cases. The typical macronutrient composition concentrates on 70 to 80% fats and 20 to 30% proteins, with carbohydrates practically absent. This distribution differs substantially from nutritional recommendations established by international medical organizations, which advocate for a balanced diet among the three macronutrients. Those who follow the Lion Diet talk about accelerated weight loss, more energy, and even healthier skin. It's no wonder the diet is so popular. Reports from people like Michaela Peterson and other adherents indicate that the diet helped control inflammatory diseases and even mental health problems. Sounds good, right? But do the benefits really outweigh the risks? Physiological adaptation to the Lion Diet occurs through multiple metabolic mechanisms. Hepatic ketogenesis becomes the dominant process of energy production, with the conversion of fatty acids into ketone bodies to supply cerebral metabolic needs. During the first weeks, the organism experiences an adaptation phase characterized by significant enzymatic changes. Digestive enzyme production adapts to the high protein concentration, while the intestinal microbiota undergoes dramatic modifications due to the absence of fermentable fibers. Observational studies with 2,029 adults following a carnivore diet demonstrated that, contrary to expectations, participants experienced few adverse effects and reported health benefits with high satisfaction. However, it's crucial to consider that these data are based on subjective reports and do not represent long-term evidence. The rapid weight loss and reported benefits are tempting, but what about the side effects? Without fiber, your intestine starts to suffer. The lack of vegetables can cause constipation, intestinal problems, and even deficiencies in essential nutrients like vitamin C, which can lead to scurvy. And the fatigue in the first weeks? It's not something simple to ignore. Is it worth the immediate side effects? The complete elimination of plant foods results in multiple and potentially serious nutritional deficiencies. Fiber intake falls significantly below recommended levels, compromising intestinal health and microbial diversity. Vitamin C deficiency represents a particular concern. Although fresh meats contain small amounts of vitamin C, without carbohydrates competing for absorption, minimal amounts of 10 milligrams daily may be sufficient to prevent scurvy. However, this safety margin is extremely narrow.
Other deficiencies include B-complex vitamins, especially B1, B9, vitamin K, magnesium, potassium, and bioactive compounds like flavonoids and antioxidants. These deficiencies may manifest through neurological symptoms, dermatological changes, compromised immune function, and metabolic disorders.
Now, the big question, what about long-term effects? Studies indicate that restrictive diets like this can be harmful to health over time. Without carbohydrates, you lose energy, your metabolism slows down, and the lack of calcium and magnesium can affect bone and muscle health. And most alarming, cardiovascular risk. Excessive intake of saturated fats can increase cholesterol levels and harm the heart. Is this quick weight loss worth it if the price is your future health? Long-term concerns about ketogenic diets, especially the carnivore diet, include increased risk of kidney stones, gout, and osteoporosis. High consumption of animal proteins can result in increased homocysteine levels, a cardiovascular risk marker. The Lion diet significantly increases saturated fat intake, a specific area of concern mentioned in the dietary guidelines for Americans. While recent studies question the direct relationship between saturated fats and cardiovascular diseases, the current scientific consensus maintains moderation recommendations. The absence of soluble fibers prevents cholesterol level modulation, while the lack of plant bioactive compounds eliminates well-documented cardiovascular protection mechanisms. Cardiovascular risk factors were variably affected in observational studies, indicating heterogeneous individual responses. Science has already warned about diets like the Lion diet. While rapid weight loss is a fact, it doesn't come without risks. The lack of carbohydrates and exclusion of plant foods compromise your body's nutritional balance. Study after study suggests that very restrictive diets can harm the immune system and metabolism. The question is, to what extent is it worth sacrificing your health for a quick transformation? The complete elimination of dietary fiber results in profound changes in intestinal physiology. A possible side effect of the carnivore diet is constipation due to the lack of fiber in animal protein. This condition can evolve into more serious complications, including diverticulosis and changes in colonic motility. The intestinal microbiota experiences dramatic modifications with significant reduction in bacterial diversity and changes in short-chain fatty acid production. These changes can compromise intestinal barrier integrity and influence systemic immune response. The absence of prebiotic compounds results in intestinal dysbiosis, potentially contributing to chronic inflammation and alterations in nutrient absorption. Longitudinal studies are needed to fully understand the long-term implications of these modifications. If you're finding this video useful, don't forget to leave a like to show you're enjoying the content. And more importantly, keep watching until the end, because I'll reveal something essential for understanding the real risks and benefits of this diet. Don't miss it. Before following any radical diet, it's crucial to have professional supervision. Nutritionists and doctors can help ensure you're receiving necessary nutrients and monitor your health while following the Lion diet. The last thing you want is to face serious nutritional complications, right? Therefore, always seek specialized guidance. Nutritional ketosis induced by the Lion diet promotes significant metabolic changes. Insulin sensitivity may improve initially due to carbohydrate restriction, but long-term effects remain controversial. The very high protein intake associated with the carnivore diet can lead to compromised kidney function. Increased protein metabolism results in greater urea production and kidney workload, potentially problematic for individuals with compromised kidney function. The absence of carbohydrates can affect thyroid function, with some studies documenting reductions in T3, triiodothyronine, levels in prolonged ketogenic diets. These changes can impact basal metabolism and thermal regulation. If the Lion Diet doesn't seem right for you, there are more balanced alternatives. Diets like the Mediterranean, for example, offer a balance between healthy carbohydrates, good fats, and lean proteins. They're sustainable and, most importantly, promote long-term health. You don't need to resort to extreme diets to achieve a healthy body. The brain adapts to using ketone bodies as an alternative energy source, a process that can influence neurological function. Some practitioners report improved mental clarity and mood stability, although these effects lack rigorous scientific validation. Low vitamin D levels may be associated with depression, a relevant concern considering the diet's limitations. B-complex vitamin deficiency can result in peripheral neuropathies and cognitive changes. The absence of adequate tryptophan from plant sources can affect serotonin synthesis, potentially influencing mood and sleep patterns. Longitudinal studies are needed to fully assess long-term neuropsychiatric effects. 8. How to adapt the Lion Diet to your lifestyle. For those who still want to experiment with the Lion Diet in a more balanced way, adaptation can be an option. How about maintaining the meat base but including vegetables and fiber sources? This can ensure a more balanced and less harmful long-term diet. Let's explore ways to adapt this radical diet to not put your health at risk. The extreme dietary restriction of the Lion Diet presents significant long-term sustainability challenges. Food monotony can result in progressive nutritional deficiencies and social adherence difficulties. Psychological aspects include the development of restrictive eating behaviors that can evolve into eating disorders. Diet rigidity can compromise metabolic flexibility and the ability to adapt to different food contexts. From an environmental perspective, exclusive consumption of animal products presents significant ecological implications, including a larger carbon footprint and natural resource use compared to balanced diets. 9. Common myths about the Lion Diet and scientific evidence. Many myths surround the Lion Diet. Is it really the miraculous solution to all health problems? Or are the promises of rapid weight loss deceptive? Let's dispel some of the most common myths and understand what's really behind this trendy diet. The carnivore diet is associated with pseudo-scientific health claims, highlighting the need for scientific skepticism. Most available evidence is based on anecdotal reports and short-term observational studies. The generalization of these findings and the long-term effects of this dietary modality require additional investigation. Long-term randomized controlled studies are needed to establish safety and efficacy. The absence of data on long-term mortality and morbidity represents a critical limitation in evaluating this dietary modality. Individual variability in metabolic responses complicates result generalization. So, what's the conclusion about the Lion Diet? It may be effective short-term, but long-term, health risks may outweigh benefits. Balanced and sustainable diets are always the best choice. Now, I want to know from you, did you already know about the Lion Diet? Yes or no? Leave your comment below, and if you like this content, give it a like and subscribe to have access to more videos with valuable health information. I recommend extreme caution in implementing the Lion Diet. Any consideration of this approach should include rigorous medical monitoring with regular biochemical evaluations and targeted supplementation. For patients interested in restrictive dietary modalities, I recommend modified approaches that incorporate greater nutritional variety while maintaining some principles of animal-based eating.
Supervision by a specialized nutritionist is fundamental to prevent serious nutritional deficiencies. Future research should focus on controlled longitudinal studies, investigating health biomarkers, quality of life, and relevant clinical outcomes. The identification of individual phenotypes that might benefit from this approach represents a promising area of investigation. Personalized medicine may eventually allow the identification of individuals who can tolerate restrictive dietary modalities with lower risk, but until such evidence is available, clinical prudence should prevail. Evidence-based nutritional education remains fundamental for informed and safe dietary decisions.
Now, I want to hear from you. Did you already know about the Lion Diet? Yes or no? Leave your comment below. And if you like this content, leave a like and subscribe to the channel. That way, you'll have access to more videos with great content about health and nutrition that can change your life. Don't miss out on staying up to date with everything you need to know to live healthier.